Anybody need a place to just sit and take a break from house cleaning or break from anything? Want to sit and just chit chat with me? I'm here for a reason. I'm here to check up on everybody to see if you're drinking your water. And if you're wondering about my hair, well, that's what happens when I go to bed with my hair wet. Anybody want to just hang out and chat for a few minutos? I feel like, you know, when I get this feeling like I need to come on and just smile and try to cheer anybody up who needs cheering, or just because I'm having a problem with something that's going on right now, and there's a lot of fear mongering going on out there. Hi, Jessica. My walk was great. I haven't taken one yet today because there's this short little guy who lives with me, and getting him out of the house is next to impossible. Hi, Bonita. Hi, Anna. Oh, mine is, last night I took a shower late, and I just took it all and wrapped it up and stuck it on top of my head, and then when I pull it out, this is what it does. And you guys have all seen me at my worst. Hi, Kathy. And I really don't care how I look. And I'm also not putting on any makeup because I'm trying to get this darn skin cleared up. And I know you guys don't care, because if I was sitting next to you on the couch, chances are you guys aren't donning a whole ton of makeup and stuff either, right? But I would be checking, hi Barbara, to see if you have your water. You know what this conversation is today? I'm going to tell you what it is. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. This is a conversation that we're going to pretend is taking place. Hey Sue, good job. Let's say 3 weeks ago, in a normal time. We're not going to talk about what's going on out there. I am just here to say that I want you guys to do something for me. Okay? I want you to do it for me. No, I want you to do it for you. All right, Jess, that's the way to go. I got dressed just because, I don't know why. Well, you know, I figured I had to take my dog out, and I thought, what the heck, you know. And I am calm, and I'm cool, and I'm collected, and today in my world is just another day. And I was cleaning my bathroom and cleaning the kitchen. Hi, Tracy. And when I clean, I should have brought my lotion out here with me. I don't have any lotion. I got a ton of bananas. I've got my water. So when I clean, I always wear an apron. I had it here, but I thought I would take it off because it clashed with my shirt. This was a birthday present from one of my pals. Isn't it so cute? Anyways, when I clean and I'm doing stuff around the house, I have my YouTube on, or I have a podcast on. I always have something on my phone, which is right here. You guys are on my iPad, in my pocket of my apron. And I have it on, autoplay, where it just keeps going. And I was kind of surprised, yet not, at the fear some of the folks are putting out there. And I want you guys to come here for the opposite of that. I want you to come here not expecting to talk about what's going on out there. Some folks need to know the information, all the information right this minute. I am not one of those folks. So if you need a break from it, come over here and hang out with me. And let's talk about anything but that. Let's do it. Let's talk about anything but that. I'm going to talk about anything but that. And I would really love for you to join me. There are other things to talk about. I was thinking we could talk about if anybody has any interesting love stories. Also, my esthetician texted, and it doesn't look like, maybe we should start a bet, see how long it goes till Nita's brows are just really unruly. I wanted to see her too and show her my little scar that she gave me, but she's, of course, has canceled. Tracy's cleaning out her pantry. Got to get rid of all the purple foods. After reaching lifetime, I'm back to blue. Tracy, thanks for that comment, girlfriend, because you know what? You talked about Weight Watchers. You talked about something that interests me, and you had a positive vibe. Thank you, honey. And good job. Oh, look at, I didn't see all of you folks. Hi, kids. There's 7, 8 counting me. started the story. I have a couple stories, actually. We could just sit and have story time, anything but what's going on in the world. I was alarmed by some of the videos that were rolling through, and I was thinking, gosh, jeepers, gee whiz, man. If I was a person who was already anxious about what was going on, this is the last thing I need to hear. So let's pretend. Okay, so Sue, you know what, friend? I can guarantee you're not the only person who went rogue. I can guarantee you. I'll bet you out of the 9 of us that are here right now, a couple other folks have gone rogue too. The only reason I can tell you with an honest pledge allegiance to the YouTube that I have not is because this is my everyday life. I'm a stay-at-home grandmother, and I stay home and I do what I do at home. So this is pretty much part and parcel for me. And to go on my walks, to go to the park, it's still okay for me to do. It hasn't greatly interrupted. We're talking about it. But I just want to say that it's okay. Let's talk about our eating and our not eating and everything. It's totally okay. Anna says it's hard. I'm staying on track just so I can be healthy when I do come back into contact with anybody. And that's smart thinking, Anna. And you will thank you too. Because there's going to be some folks. I mean, I'm already up. Not up from last week, but I was up last week. And I'm not going to let it get all out of control. I have been thinking a lot about different foods, which I'm not going to say because that's a trigger for some folks. I am a huge, and I just realized this lately, and isn't it interesting the things that we're learning about ourselves and others? All I have to do is have something, if I see it or if I hear it, then it's something that I really, really like, then I want it. And it would be really easy for me to cave to that. And I'm fighting the urge. Jessica. Anna says, I don't think I don't want a bacon cheeseburger. And yes, I love the virtual workshops. I've been to attend workshops with friends and mentors from Contact. That's awesome. All positive thoughts. Jessica, I don't know what you retracted, but you never say anything that should be retracted. But do you guys have your water? Yeah, Sue. But you know what? I bet you're aware. I bet all of you guys, you started throwing stuff away. Hey, man, I have to throw stuff away all the time. Hi, Diane. She said, I finally had to turn off the news and started watching Andy Griffith and Bonanza. Girl, the other day I was watching 1 Adam 12. You know, anything to keep it at a distance. Rosie's got her water. Right on, Rosie. Lots of water. And it's important in our health to have a lot of water anyways. I've just been filling it up, drinking it down. Filling it up, drinking down. You know what? I think that people are ashamed to say they're throwing stuff away, and we have to do what's right for us, and if that involves throwing stuff away, then so be it. We are adults. We are in charge of ourselves. And if that means throwing stuff away so that we can be the people that we want to be, then that's just the way it goes, right? Bonita says she gave up potato chips for Lent and still hasn't had any. Good for you. That's awesome. Sue, my dietitian said any dark chocolate that is over 90% has health benefits. It's still points, but not empty points. And I will agree with you there. And tasty. Jessica found some dried fruit that my mom gave. So yummy and too tempting. I'm glad I don't like dried fruit. I have some in there for a recipe, but whoops. This new one that I have, okay, the one that I had before this one didn't go off to tell you to move because I had an old one, and I'm having trouble getting used to this thing vibrating on my arm. Kitty, we're not going to talk about it here, friend. We are not going to talk about it here. At first I felt like, gosh, Nita, you're being kind of bossy. You're being kind of like, who do you think you are telling people what they can and cannot talk about? And then I rerouted my thinking process, and that is A, this is my channel. It is the Chit Chat Paddywhack Nita's Party House. And B, there are 500, 2,000 million trillion other places people can go if they want to talk about it. So, this little teeny tiny speck on the big YouTube world, no one's going to care. if this chick doesn't want to talk about it? Will the food banks take food that we're cleaning out? You know what? I bet they would take anything that's unopened, a sundry that's in your pantry, and the seal hasn't been broken. I can't imagine why they wouldn't maybe call, I don't even know where our food pantries are here. I would maybe call a church that has one and ask them. But that's a really nice thought. Barbara, thank you for thanking me. Thank you for thanking me, because I'm doing it out of necessity. I feel that there's some folks that just need to come and just will sit around like a bunch of old quilting, we're not old, but an old quilting club of ladies who have hung out for years making quilts and just talking about whatever the heck they feel like talking about. The grandkids, their kids, their husbands. Speaking of husbands, I may be putting one on the market pretty darn soon. Jessica says, no one has a great smile and your laugh makes me happy. You guys make me happy. You guys make me so happy. You know what? I think I did once before my air fryer, and then, let me show you this. Oh, wait. See, now I keep forgetting different things. Meemaw, where have you been? I want to show you something. Hang on, everybody. Somebody watch the door. Don't let anybody out. Don't let them loose. Now, I don't use my Ola wraps for potatoes, pizza, because we found these at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store. I'm not sure which it is, but it's super duper 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 low on points, and it's hefty. It won't sag like an Ola wrap would, but I totally think it's totally doable, yes. And I got a whole bunch of them yesterday. Okay, so there's a little story I can tell you guys. I told it yesterday, but I'll tell it again today. Meemaw, where have you been? Let me just say, I've not finished doing my taxes. Not fun. Oh, did finish. Take my mind off of craziness. What craziness? This crowd doesn't know anything about craziness. No, it's gonna, yeah. Hope. Oh my gosh. And is yours home or is he working? We have to watch the direction in which we talk. We could talk about stuff around it, but we're not going to talk about it. Hi, Cindy. He is, I don't know how to describe him, but we almost went to blows last night. I mean, it was like, if I could have left, if I wasn't literally a prisoner into my own home, I would have been so out of here. He made me so mad, and I made him really mad too. Could you imagine me making anybody mad? This sweet little face. Yeah, he was plenty mad, and so was I. I'm hoping that while he was at work today, he had time to think about it. Oh, he's home working, Hope. Okay. Without 5 grandkids that live with us. Oh my gosh, with all 5. Oh, that's a full house, my friend. Yeah, you need to be here with me right now. We could just talk about it. Does anybody have a good romantic story? Because mine and Steve's story is pretty romantic. Anna says, if you want chocolate, I add a tap of cocoa powder to my coffee with a tap of coconut oil blend. Throw in some stevia. No points. Vanilla extract is always great to have on. Mima's guy's in Texas, so she's missing him. Okay, been alone since last Thursday. Can I just say, enjoy it while you can? A teaspoon. Okay, I'm sorry. I was wondering if you were from, like, if it was a dialect thing, if it was, because, like, every time I talk to Davina, who's in Australia, she uses a few words that I have to tune in and recalculate in my brain. Like, she says heap a lot. I talked to her today on, no, we're not talking about that. I talked to her today on the phone. She's doing well. Hope, I wish you could be alone. Friend, if I could give any gift to anybody right this second, I would give you the gift of solidarity. Is that the right word? Why doesn't it sound right? Oliver's here. I am the epitome of grandmothers. I am the best grandmother in the world right now. Because, just let me tell you, you want to know how many hours he's been on that PlayStation? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta let the day go the way it goes. he came in to my room. I thought he wasn't up yet this morning. So I just kind of laid in bed. My side of the bed, I look out the window and I was just enjoying the view because it's cloudy and pretty here. And I was reading on my phone and he comes in and he says, Nana, I'm going to turn on my PS4 now, but I just want to let you know while you were sleeping, I read the whole first chapter of my book. How true do you think that is? Now, me personally, I find it to be questionable. But he was ready, man. He was ready. Hi, Barbara. I've been waiting for you and your wrench to show up. We're here not talking about anything going on in the world. We're just talking about just everyday stuff. We're not mentioning anything about anything. Meanwhile, since my granddaughter lived with us every other week for 3 years, I miss those days, even though they were pretty stressful. I'm glad you guys are here. You know, he's really good. He's a good boy. He thrives when Steve's home. It's so funny. I've noticed that he does everything Steve does. Like back there, I don't think you can see it from where I'm sitting. Back there. No, am I right? Yeah, okay. So over here, down on the floor where you can't see, every night, Steve is kind of like Mr. Rogers. He sits down and he takes his shoes off and he puts them together and he slides them in his little shoe spot and he takes his hat off and he puts it in the hat spot and his wallet and his phone. For Steve, every single thing in his life has a place. And that's why I drive him crazy because I refuse to be put in that place. And now I notice Oliver does everything Grandpa does. He wants to, Barbara, he's in the doghouse right now. He's cute, but he's in the doghouse. But Oliver, when Grandpa's home, because I keep forgetting, Oliver only really sees Grandpa at night. You know what, this might be the most boring get-together ever, but by gosh, by golly, so be it. Home vlog! Ha ha! Well, that's not in our foreseeable future, but I love that I see that Oliver only really sees Grandpa for a couple of hours in the evening, which isn't much quality time because he's kicking back and then we all go to bed. Well, since he's been home more often, he just has to do everything Steve does. He has to get a cup of hot chocolate when Steve has a cup of coffee. See, now that I'm talking about it, I can't give you the examples because you know how you try to give an example and then they all leave your head the minute you need them. It's like they run out the back. And it's so super cute. Because Steve, everything, he's very routine. You can set your watch by him. When he walks in the door, I can tell you exactly what he's going to do. He's going to walk over here, put his lunchbox down, put his hat down, ask me if the dog needs to be taken out. I'll say no, and he'll say, I'll take her out anyways. He does Barbara so much. He hangs on his every word. And so when Steve's home, Oliver thrives. He's out here just like talking a mile a minute. And Grandpa, and I'm trying to make Steve see that. And because it's all new to him, because since he never had any children to have grandchildren or anything of the like, he doesn't recognize it. And I just think it's the cutest thing in the world. Home vlog. Tim, thank goodness Tim and Jen are so huge. They don't realize that some little lady in Southern California is using their but it's so sweet when they say it, isn't it? So what else? Does anybody, I try to walk and have 5 mouths saying, Nana, 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 can I? Oh my gosh. Do you remember, and I probably never would have noticed this. Hi, Janet. Happy day, friend. Do you remember when our kids were kids? And I would not have noticed this if my dad hadn't pointed it out to me. And then it never would have bugged me. But when the kids are swimming, it's like, watch now, watch this. And they're not doing anything remotely different from the last thing that you just had to watch. That's nonstop. That's why they need to have a buddy. And that's, well, we're not going to go there. I wish Oliver could have a buddy here right now. But guess who's his buddy? Me. And guess who's on her electronics? So he's on his electronics. Me, him. Best grandmother on planet Earth right now. I am a role model, aren't I? But he did already read his chapter this morning. I was going to talk about mine and Steve's story because it's kind of interesting. We've known each other since we were about 5. because he is my cousin's best friend. I don't think so, Barbara. Ugh. So, and I grew up, you know how the boys, you know when we were kids, all the boys always hung out at one boy's house. You could always, if you had a crush on one of them, you guaranteed if you went to that one house, the boys were going to be at that house. That was my cousin's house. Steve lived 2 houses down. He was one of 3 kids, sisters. So he was always, always, always at my cousin's house. So essentially he was kind of like my cousin too. We kind of looked at each other like that. And we dated briefly when we were teens. No, I had Christoph for a couple months, and then he disappeared. I never knew what happened to him, right? So, how long have we been married, Susan? I don't know. I think we've been married 11 years or something. So about 14 years ago, he lived with my cousin, single guy, rented a room with my cousin. Also in that house was my mom's office. So I was always going over there to see my mom. And, you know, that's where everybody hung out. And this family goes out to dinner like crazy. They have to go out to dinner. They have to have their margaritas at dinner. And that's what they did. That's what I did. And long story short, one night Steve said, are you doing anything Friday? And I remember he and I were both just like really stagnant in our lives. And I'm like, no. And he goes, want to go to the movies? And I thought, it's just Steve, right? It's just Steve. Yeah, I'll go to the movies. So we went to the movies, and then he said, wait, tomorrow night you want to go eat? Oh, no, I know what it was. I'm sorry. We were all supposed to go out to eat. Everybody else bailed. Steve and I went. He asked me to the movies. Long story short, he then told me that he had always loved me since we were kids, and that he owed me an apology. And I said, what do you owe me an apology for? He goes, because I've treated you badly. And I said, you've never treated anybody in our lives poorly. There is not one crummy word ever been said about you. You're a good, decent man. No, you've never treated me badly. Come to find out that when he disappeared that first time we were dating, he stopped coming to see me because I guess my cousins didn't want him dating me because I had a child. They frowned upon the unwed mother. So he apologized. He said, you know, I always just did what they, we call them the boys, although they're all old grown men now. He goes, I always just did what they did and what they told me to do, which I knew. And he says, I'm so sorry. And I said, you know what, it worked out better because I appreciate and need you so much more at this point in my life than I ever would have then. It just, you know, I wouldn't have respected you. I gotta open the door, it's hot in here. And needed him as much as I did when we got together. He totally got me out of the town that I lived in. It was a crummy situation. Gave me a whole new life out here, a beautiful life, a beautiful home for not only me, but for my grandson. He proposed to me on the beach one day. We were talking about this the other day. I was going to show you, but I won't get up again. That dumbass. I woke up in a really bad mood, and he says, let's go down to I'm going to take you to put your feet in the water, because when I'm grouchy, stick me in the ocean, stick me at Disneyland, I'm good, but especially the ocean. So I'm out standing in the water, and he's standing back on the sand, and I'm just standing out there for like the longest time, and finally goes, honey, come here. And I said, yeah, and I walked back, and I'm like, what do you want? And he pulled a ring, not in a box. We're on the sand, people. The ring was not in a box, out of his pocket, and said, you know, I don't remember what he said. Probably something like, will you marry me, is my guess. And it was really fantastic, and it was really fantastic. It was on El Matador Beach. If anybody here watching lives in LA and knows, excuse me, I've got a bubble right here in my chest. And then he pulled a baggie out of his pocket, and he scooped up the sand and put it in the baggie, and we have it in a big margarita glass. Of all places, it's in Oliver's bathroom right now. It sat out here for the longest time. Which, he's a wonderful, wonderful guy in every way, shape, and form. But he's not romantic. Not my father doesn't have a romantic bone in his body. So I thought that was pretty cool that he had the wherewithal to put a baggie in his pocket and bring the sand back. And thankfully there were no bugs or anything in there. And then we walked back up to the car, and we had a ticket on our car. Our car got a ticket on it because we didn't understand the parking or something. So I framed the ticket, and it was a two-sided frame. What did I have in the other side? Oh, a picture of us on the beach. We had somebody take a picture of us. We're engaged, aren't we fabulous? So I had that up. I wonder what happened to that. So many things go missing at Christmas. Have you ever noticed that? You put things away, and then it's like, hey, I remember that. What happened to that? So, let's see. That was in March. We got an apartment in October. No, had to be sooner than that. We lived together sooner than that. And we got married in December. It was like bing, bang, boom. We don't have time for all that other stuff. Hope you did see the glass with the sand in it, yeah. So it's a kind of a fun story. And, you know, I'm just sitting here trying to pass time and think of something remotely interesting. I don't think that this is that interesting, but I think we all need a break to just, and I wish I could listen to your guys' stories. If anybody wants to type in their love story, I would love to hear it. But I like mine for so many reasons, because it just goes back, and it's just how crazy, how life works out when you need it. Because when he did come, I mean, he was always still in my life. I think he was at my first wedding, you guys. I think he might have even been at the reception. But man, did I need him when he came back. Boy, howdy did I need him. Because I didn't know at the time I was going to have Oliver, right? And nobody would have been able to handle our situation the way Steve did, with such grace and not making me feel bad for it, or using it as an excuse. Hey, I'm out of here. I didn't sign up for any grandkids, right? None of that. All the opposite. He just makes sure that we have everything that we need, and we do. And I can't say that about anybody else. Let me go back and see if I missed anything interesting. Probably not. How long were you divorced when you started dating? Barbara, my first husband, on the Millennial New Year's, when we were going from 99 to 2000, me and my first husband and my best friend and her fiance went to see the Eagles, and we had a hotel room down the street. So we were seeing the Eagles. We had been married 9 years, and he was just like hammered. He just got too drunk, and I was just like, ugh. So at midnight, he went to give me the old midnight kiss, and I said, nope. Dryer's done. And he said, oh, you're not going to kiss me? And I'm like, no, I'm not. He goes, okay, bye. And I'm like, bye. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, bye. And so we finished out the concert, me and my friend and her fiance. And Eagles were my favorite band in the world. So then we went back to the hotel room, and he wasn't there. Oh, good Lord. He just took this really hard, didn't he? He must have really wanted that kiss. So we all went to bed. I don't remember the car situation, but so then we went home, and I went home, and he had taken every last thing of his own, and I never saw him again until divorce court. I've never pissed anybody off so bad by not kissing them to have them leave me completely. He left me and my kids, which weren't his kids. It was very, very confusing. But he did just leave me with the house and the kids and the bills and everything. He just left. And I haven't seen him since. And I almost called Steve by his name the other day, which I don't know why, because that was how many years ago? 20 years ago? That was a super hard time. That was a super duper hard time. You want to talk about hard times? I know, Susan, honey, I know. My friend Susan here, Susan 16K. What does the K stand for? Oh, ARC. What does the 16 stand for? She's going through a rough time of it right now. So you guys that are prayers, you guys know I'm not so much on the prayer list, but I respect you guys who are. If you'll keep her in your prayers, that would be fabulous, because she needs them. But she's handling it like a champ. It's hard. It's so hard, honey. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. I'm just like reliving the whole thing that I had to go through. There was a lot of scrambling during that time. A lot of scrambling. But see, and then right after that, it was like, could anything be bitter. My birthday, my last name. Are you June 16th? You are, aren't you? Yeah, because you're June. I'm May 20. You're June 16th. And then life just like throws you a curveball, a Steve ball. And see, now here's another thing. Let's add this to the mix about how things happen. It's really super good that I came on here to just have a little talk time to tell this story, because he and I, we were going out like cats and dogs last night. And so to relive this story and everything, I probably will be a little nicer to him when he gets home from work tonight. Right? Isn't it great when things work out like that? He is a sweetheart. Jessica says that is so cute, way more romantic than my hubby. He proposed in the laundry room. I'm so serious, and I still married him. Well, heck, why not? Shoot, you guys. I gotta check. If you want to hang on. I gotta check on something. I think that when Grandpa gets home to take Kitty for a walk, one little short guy's gonna have to go with him. Barbara, it's one of those things though that I don't know how to talk about it without saying exactly what it is. It's always going to be a problem, and it's something that we're both better off just not talking about. And sometimes it gets brought up, and it's not pretty. It is not pretty. I don't know, but I will be nicer. I need to get this boy out of the house. I'm going to have to drag him by his fingernails. It's all good. It is. It's all good. We just have to keep the news off and choose what we have infiltrating our ears and our heads, right? We have control of that. We're adults. And it was one of those things where, too, at the beginning, I said, we can't talk about this. And he agreed, and somehow we ended up screaming about it. It's okay. Susan, you have the best prayers in this group. If anybody wanders in later, no, most people don't watch a live afterwards. But I'm going to be doing these just for this reason. Just for when we all just need to take a mental break and be girlfriends and sit around and chat about anything and nothing. And especially not about everything. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I do think I'm going to cut out and go in and wrestle him into some shoes and make him go for a walk with me. And I'll tell him that we're going to walk down and meet Grandpa at the corner. If I throw the G word in there, hi, Patty. We're just breaking up the quilting club. We're going to have a daily quilting club. It's like it was yesterday, Barbara. It's lots of clouds. Like it looks like it could rain any second, but it hasn't. I wish we can't get the Disney Plus on this TV. I don't know why. It's a smart TV. But I guess you can only that's a good question. Open it on some apps. You guys don't forget tomorrow to watch for my collaboration. Not mine, but the one I'm in. Hold on. What's the weather in Simi Valley? Oh, Siri doesn't understand what I'm saying. See, every time I pick up my phone, there's a tag about something I should be watching that I will not be watching, but thanks for the info. Where's my weather app? Launch weather. Susan, is it raining down there? It's 59 degrees, mostly cloudy, chance of rain. Oh, it says 0%. But look at this. Hang on. Hang on. Look at the skies out there. Looks like it could rain to me. This morning, Oliver says, he says, Nana, I think the weatherman is the only person with a job that they can lie at and still get paid. I said, you know what? You kind of have a point there. Mima says, me and my Steve will try so hard not to fight, but after 50 years together, we usually end up doing it anyway. But making up is still a lot of fun, even for us old folks. You betcha, sister. Speaking of making up and lots of fun, when you guys watch my video tomorrow, okay, everybody put your hand up, pledge allegiance to the Nita. Watch the whole thing through the end, okay? Watch it all the way through the end for me, please. Because sometimes the things I make Steve do, you just got to feel sorry for the poor guy. Put on the old kitchen timer and give Oliver the 10-minute notice. That's what I use for my grandkids. They're used to it. I don't know what that means. So if the collab starts, oh, I think I just found a chin hair. I did. We could all do this together. Everybody pull out their tweezers. Aren't we just ridiculous? Isn't it great to be ridiculous? All right, girls. I should have asked, there's 20 of us here. You guys have any interest in keeping me company for about an hour? Like every day around this time? Would you guys come hang out with me? You know what's funny, Barbara? Is I always find them in the truck when Steve's driving. Okay, thank you, Sue. We got one A. No nays yet. I don't know, I'm feeling weird right now. I'm feeling a little dizzy. I always find them in Steve's truck when he's driving. And he has... Oh, Patty, let me finish this and then I want to hear. He has a real good pair of Tweezermans in his truck and they're really sharp. And so I'm always right there up in the mirror and he's like, be careful, I might go for a bump and then you're going to hit your jugular and you're going to bleed all over my truck. I'm like, honey, us women, we got this down to a fine art. We could do it in the darkest of haunted houses. So, Patty, tell us you did enjoy your first virtual meeting. Okay, you guys, this is really weird. I apologize wholeheartedly. I'm fine. I'm feeling a little dizzy and a little nauseous all of a sudden. I'm going to go. I'm totally fine. I know some of you guys like to worry. I'm fine. I'm just, I'm going to go. But I'm going to be back tomorrow. Let's do this. And everybody, think of something that Sue, I wasn't going to tell everybody yet. You just gave everybody the news. Oh, Barbara, we could all go on Zoom. Oh my gosh, that's the best idea. Okay, I have to go right now, but we will take this back up. Okay? Okay, I love you guys.